Welcome to video number 2 in Unit 2, Expressions, Equations, and Inequalities. Today we're talking about distributive property. So first we're going to look at area model example, and this is a very important concept, okay? So you may see problems like 3 times the sum of x and 2. And then we can model this as the area of a rectangle. So if you see, I've got this large rectangle and it's broken up into 2 pieces. This rectangle is 3 times x, or also known as 3x. That's the area of the rectangle. Just remember, width and length multiplied together. So this rectangle, we've got a 2 on this side, and remember properties of a rectangle. This side of the rectangle is the same length as this side of the rectangle. So this is also 3. So this is 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay? And if we want to add the whole thing together, we can say 3x plus 6. We're going to look through this same example, okay, and show you another way to do it, but this is one method we have for using distributive property. So here's that same problem again, but this time we're not going to draw the model. We're just going to multiply 3 times x and 3 times 2. So 3 times x, and when I say show your work, this is what I'm talking about. And then 3 times 2. And it's addition, so we put addition in the middle. Well, 3 times x is just 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Notice we got the same answer. All right. So this down here, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. This one's a little tricky, so I want to make sure that you understand if you have like negatives and subtractions, how to work those out. So in this case, I'm going to multiply negative 3 times x, and it's a subtraction. I'm going to bring that down, and then I'm going to multiply negative 3 times 2. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x minus negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And remember, we learned that I can change this to addition and change the sign and get negative 3x plus a positive 6. Now this is the same problem, just worked out slightly different, and it may be easier for you. It depends. Some people find this easier, some people find this easier. So we can do this as negative 3x times x, and then put a space there and say that this is negative 2. So it's negative 3 times negative 2. Remember, our terms in the last video used the sign of the operation. They were glued together. Now, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2, remember, is positive 6. Notice I get the same answer, just 2 slightly different ways to work it out. So we're going to work out an example together now, okay? This is 5 times 6p squared minus 11p plus 2, okay? So we're going to take the 5 and multiply it by 6p squared. Remember, this is the work I'm going to ask you for, so you make sure you understand it. Then we multiply 5 times negative 11p. Then we go all the way over and do 5 times 2. Okay, so now we need to simplify. 5 times 6 will give us 30p squared. 5 times negative 11p gives us negative 55p. And 5 times 2 gives us a positive 10. So our answer is 30p squared minus 55p plus 10. All right, here are 2 practice problems for you, okay? I want you to pause the video and do these problems. Remember, you must show your work. Tomorrow when I check your notes, I'm going to look for your work. You can start the video in a few when you're done, and I'll give you the answers. All right, so here are your answers. Remember, we multiply. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 3 is a positive 15. All right, so we get negative 5x plus 15. Here, remember, we do the same thing each time. Remember, I'm expecting the work step. So here we'll get negative 12p squared minus 6p minus 18. All right, see you tomorrow.